Hello everybody and welcome back to Forever and Ever the Kelly Fans podcast. It's season number 4, episode 20, and we're coming to you live from Limelight Studios in Irvine. My name's Paul Montgomery. No Kelly Cal tonight or next week. We'll talk about that in a wee second. So we're joined in the studio by an old friend of mine. She's here.
That's the old.
Well, this is why I'm excited because we've got cultural reference points that we can connect on. Cal's just such a young pup. You know what I mean? So this is exciting for me to have somebody who'll know what I'm talking about. But we'll talk about that stuff later on in the Patreon, actually. We'll explain what we're talking about. This is Lynsey Mac, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello. You might recognise this voice from the old bit raffle.
Well, there we go. So
sorry, did I drop it in there?
No, you were right. For the uninitiated, for people who have attended any of the live shows or KillyCon more recently, Lynsey was a part of the team there, helped us out massively and became synonymous with the raffles in both events. Really stepped up to the plate when I had I don't know what, we just got an emotional break.
A bit of a meltdown, a raffle meltdown.
It was too many prizes.
There was a lot going on.
Right, but you stepped up.
Thank you.
Proved your worth and have now been invited on to the pinnacle for any Kelly fan, which is to be on the poddy.
Very nervous actually,
excited,
and I love it.
You?
Very excited though, very excited. Thank you very much. It's an honour.
Listen,
actually.
We're delighted to have you. Lynsey's been a Kelly fan as far back as I've known Lynsey. I met Lynsey in Primary 1 in 1991.
Yes.
So we did go back a long way.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to get stuck in. All this stuff will remain the same, just a different voice and a different set of opinions, which we welcome. We'll obviously be talking about Motherwell on Saturday, which wasn't the best. We've got Dundee United coming up this Saturday, the kind of evening kick-off. Loads and loads of questions on the Twitter, which we'll answer as best we possibly can. We've got Alan's gripe of the week, which has just landed on my desk.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Doing well to hold it together.
Oh wow.
So we'll get that. A wee announcement and all around about the food bank stuff, what's happening this weekend, slight change to that, so we'll tell you about that and everything else you've come to expect. So anyway, Lyns, how are you?
Smashing.
Are you really?
Absolutely buzzing to be here, to be quite honest.
You liking it?
Loving it. Love this setup. Very professional, guys.
Stu
very
just knows what to do, doesn't he?
Big shout out to Cal though, hope he's keeping well.
Well, he's put a question on, so he has for us to answer.
Right.
So I think
it's not too hard, Cal.
No.
I have to say, I thought I was going to come here and be like, poor Cal, been to all the games recently, even the away games, had to come in and greet about losses, and I thought, I'm going to get in there, stroll in, we'll have one on Saturday, superb.
Cigar.
However.
That wasn't the case, wasn't it? No. So you were there on Saturday?
Yes, there with my sister, my wee boy, and my nephew, and quite honestly, the four of us were pretty glum.
Aye, well, glum's a very
glum faces.
I think that there's an element of glum about the whole stadium. You even noticed in the hotel, you were saying, kind of quiet and subdued.
Yeah.
Before and after. After
the game, honestly, you used to have to go, right, about 5 minutes left, better go, get in that queue get in the beer queue.
Aye, for a Starro
hotel. Oh, absolutely. And went over and honestly could have walked up to the bar any time. And I thought, why is it no buzzing? And I know we didn't win, I get it, but that place always used to be buzzing. There is a flatness. There's a bit of the glum comes back into it. Even my wee boy and my nephew didn't bother going down the front. They always go down the front. Too cold, too wet. They weren't enjoying the product.
No, well, there's a question. I think it was Samuel sent a question about that, saying that just obviously the stuff on the park we'll get to just now, but the whole place just seems really, really flat. I know they trialled the alcohol in the stadium on Saturday. I just don't think I've not spoken to a single person that was at it.
I've only seen a couple of comments on the forums about it. Pretty bad. More stewards than punters in there. Cold, wet. You know, they're not letting families in, so folk that are there with their kids are like, kind of leave them outside and then go in for a half pint or whatever it was. You know, I get what they're trying to do. I get it. It's happening all over Scotland. It's happening in different places. But is that really what we're looking for at this moment in time? Dark December days.
It's just symptomatic of the whole. Everything's just seems off. I think at the minute. So right, let's get down to Saturday. Obviously, another defeat. That's a 6 in the spin. The narrative is not good at the minute. People are getting pissed off. People are getting annoyed. Worryingly for me, people are checking out now, which again, there's a theme coming with some of these, which I think is the worst thing that we can have. But on the game itself, you're really getting into that hoping on the back of the international break, which, by the way,
don't. Absolutely class.
How good was that?
Absolutely class.
Was that not just the best?
It was the best. You think about it, and the memories, even my husband said, we'll never forget that. Lyle jumping about, just about put a hole through my couch. I was screaming, he was screaming, Scott was screaming. It was sensational, actually,
was
to be honest.
special, wasn't
It was special.
Aye.
And we even had a couple of attempts, folk overhead kicking Saturday, and a couple of Kenny McLean's.
A couple of long rangers, I'm right, chill. But how quickly does it get forgotten when you was that Saturday? But it was a magic night. But
it was.
So you're hoping that off the back of that wee break we had, we can maybe reset and look a bit more organised. The team, it was good. I thought it was good to see Tiffany. I thought Tiffany done alright. Scores a good goal, obviously. Lowry starts the game. There was rumours that Lyons wasn't fit. He'd come off. Watson wasn't well. Williams makes a step. The goalie situations. But anyway, you go in with this renewed optimism every time you go through the gates.
Yep.
But I thought quite quickly, Motherwell looked well drilled. They looked more athletic. They looked more a threat. And you find yourself doing a couple of goals after whatever it was, 25 minutes, and the game was essentially by. I mean, what was your take on the game itself?
It was the start. I mean, we're so static. There's nobody getting in about their faces. There's no aggression. A couple of good tackles for Watson and a wet day. You expect that from him. Where's everybody else? Standing off. Think back to that first goal. Kilts, I really like Kilty, but he let the boy run. Great ball in. Thompson was caught out a bit, and the goalie was beating his near post, as I said in the way here. The goalie is so laid back, so casual. I don't think he's just here to fill a gap, which is concerning. But the second goal for me, you might see me jumping about in the highlights.
You were saying
where were we? We were nowhere. They had the ball, they had space in our box.
I know.
Hit a shot, blocked, but then where is it? Nobody's moving. See, if you look back, not one person's moving
every
towards
second
that
ball they know seems to be dropped to the other team.
Yep.
And I thought it was quite similar to the Falkirk. The Falkirk were cut us open a bit more, but just all these 50-50s and breaks, they're going to the other team.
We get nothing.
And I don't know. I think for me the worry was when it went down to 2-0, I never even felt that rage that you're talking about.
No.
That you're fucking. I was just like, aye, all right.
It was the manner of the goal, the second goal for me, and I thought, and nobody looked bothered, and that's the other thing. Where's everybody going? Come on, get an absolute grip of this. There's nobody there to do that.
Aye, it was a real worry. And then again, similar to the Falkirk game, you had that 15 minutes after the half time where you came out, scored a really, really good goal, which I never even got the benefit of celebrating because I thought it was offside.
So did I. I'd literally put one hand up and then I sat back down.
Aye, so. And then the turning point, because Motherwell I thought were the better team, but the one where Thompson nearly scores, McGinn blocks it on the line. I thought he'd actually put it into the net. And then 5 minutes later, he conceded that penalty, and the game just peters out. It's just so disappointing and so flat, isn't it? Like
our momentum was lost after that wee burst, 10-15 minutes. I thought, right, here we go. You know, we all had a wee bit of a laugh round about us after the kind of half-time analysis, and everybody's like, all right, okay, we could potentially, but we shouldn't be this second half team. But then the minute they start getting the foot in the ball again, got up, Mayo, wait,
I know.
I was so glad he was back as well.
Aye,
just
I
a
know.
bit disappointed. He dived in it. There was no really any need to usher the player body on body, but don't put your foot in.
I think that's panic, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's
panic.
Because they're conceding so many goals. There's no confidence in the team. They're making these rash mistakes. They're making them all the park.
Aye.
It's happening all the time.
Everywhere, absolutely. Tiffany took his goal well. We did watched it back a couple of times. Very, very tight. But I liked him. I thought he was good. I thought he had a wee bit of a spark about him. I find him quite lightweight. He's pushed off the ball quite easily, and I know that's the type of player he is because he's an uppy winger. But this imbalance that we've got, that he's potentially on a wing and there's nobody on the other side. But he's quite lightweight. Maybe you're bulking up a bit, says me. But you know, that's what I think. But all in all, another poor day at the office.
It just is. Another one, and the obviously the narrative's running about the manager now, right? Like you can't avoid it. It's the elephant in the room. Any manager, if they go 6 in the trot with no winning or getting beat, is going to be under pressure. I don't think he's communicating very well either now. Like I think we all needed that refresh after the McKinnon stuff, and I think the first maybe month or 6 weeks, Kettlewell, it was fresh. And, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I actually thought that we could see in the first maybe month the football had changed slightly. Folk were coming deep. Dackers was coming getting the ball. Daniels was coming getting the ball. There seemed to be that mere. It feels like that's been abandoned already.
It's completely away. And I don't think we had that balance either at the start, but I do think the football was different. It felt better. Maybe we were just too used to McInnes ball. I don't know. But I mean, think about before the summer pre-season, after we had a couple of goals against, but then we went through this spell of not conceding. Look at us now. We're shipping goals left, right and centre. where are we stopping that?
I don't know.
And I know a lot. Max, God love him. You know, that's a huge loss. But is losing the goalkeeper completely destroying the back line?
It can't happen, and I think you get away with that excuse. No, it's not an excuse; it's a reason, right? I think excuse is too harsh. But Stryjek, obviously the number one goalkeeper. That was an unforeseen circumstance. Yep. We've struggled to recover for that. But that's 6 games. Like, I think 2 or 3 games you can go, but they're showing no signs. In fact, it might be getting worse, actually. Really, we're certainly not getting any better.
It's not getting any better. And I think everybody's getting that way, that we're not getting emotional. I'm not really, and I absolutely love Kelly. As we say, 1992 I started going to watch them, but you start getting that wee bit of kind of emotional, like unattached to it now. And I think, oh well, that's what it was. Whereas before I'd be like, raging if we had lost, whatever. And I don't know if that's to do with the back room, the mat, all that kind of stuff. You just don't know. It just seems, and we've said it weeks and weeks in the pod, it's flat.
It's flat.
And that's me and Faulty says that after the game as well, flat.
So it's all coming down to this game again on Saturday now. There's obviously massive pressure. In terms of points, we need to arrest the slide somehow. The theory was last week this time it was 4 points for the next 2 minimum. We already can't get that. What's your feeling on the manager? Right, there's loads of questions and we'll come to that. My personal feeling is, other than a 6-0 defeat, which I don't think that will happen, even though we're struggling, I don't think he gets the sack.
I spent no bit mattered.
Aye, egg in my face. That's a bit of our TikTok, man. I think we'll stick with him. I don't have a... Personally, I'm at the end of the road now, I would say, in terms of changing the manager. I would say I think they need to galvanise something. I don't see any evidence that we're going to be better. However, at the same time, if the board or whoever communicated that, listen, the manager's this terrible run, we're backing him, he's going to get January to reinforce the squad, we still believe that the target is to finish 10th this season. Do I think Kettlewell's capable of finishing 10th? I do, actually. I think he could. But I just feel the disconnect is too strong now. And if we go down 2-0 again on Saturday, I think it's over, innit?
Absolutely.
It's over. He'll check out, I think so.
But will it go if that happened? But what if we win? What if we win convincingly? Is that just papering over the cracks that are already there? Who knows? It's one of them. But there's not really any communication. You never really get that comms from above to kind of back or not, but all that kind of stuff. There's none of that.
The messaging's weak, I think. It's weak messaging now, and it's like we really, really need something to galvanise.
We do.
And I think you just need somebody, a figurehead, to come out and go, no, this is the situation and we need to back this manager here. And I think that would get him another couple of weeks to go, right, cool, we need to knuckle down here and find a way to muddle through until we do find a bit of form again, which I'm sure we will eventually, but it's just such a huge game. And then it's Rangers and is it Hearts and Rangers, all the way around about. Aberdeen are in there today. It's like a hellish run. So conceivably you're going into 10-11 defeat territory.
If you don't win on Saturday, there's a massive
pretty high chance that will be what happens.
Absolutely.
He can't survive it.
And Saturday, we're talking again in the car there a bit. Dundee United shipped 3 goals against Falkirk at home. Their goalie had an absolute mare. Their defence, I think, was pretty shaky by what I was hearing Neil McCann and that saying. And you think to yourself, if we get an opportunity, but we'll get all hyped up and ready for it. Well, the team, the boys, where's this galvanised at half time that obviously Kettlewell starts talking to the players and they come out and have had that 15 minutes. We should be doing that for not just a half, it should be the full game. But are we going to get that reaction? Quarter to 6 Saturday night,
aye.
Oh, I need to have another pie for my tea.
Get prepared.
Dear.
But so I think you're right. I just don't see it. The second half thing, but like the game's already by. Like it's so easy to come out and fire it when there's nothing to lose almost. But in terms of the team, right? What's your take on the goalie situation? Who would you be playing?
The goalie situation has been, obviously everyone's talking about it. I think the guy from Celtic is just filling a hole, really. I don't think that he's that bothered about playing for us. I mean, maybe he does, I don't know. It just seems so laid back, his character. He's just, the goals go in and he's just kind of putting the ball back and that's it. Beach, I mean, what? He's been signed for a reason, He played a couple of games pre-season, did he?
Aye.
And I actually thought he was all right. He's quite small, he's quite slight. but would obviously want to push on and come on, you should be given your second choice goalkeeper. Well, where's the other boy, that's been allowed back to, is it Armour? Are we back to somewhere on loan? It's just, why have we not got anyone really that's going to fit in and slot in? And does this 7-day thing, does this keep rolling over? What do we do here?
My issue is, and I feel bad for Eddie Beach because I don't think he looks good enough, but maybe he'll come good eventually. But I don't think there's that much between the two keepers. If you haven't watched Toby playing and all, I don't see that. All right, you can see he's a level above Beach, so you play him. I just think he might just play our player then, and hope he plays himself into some sort of form. Because I don't think there's a big, huge difference between the two of them. So I don't know. I think that's a problem. And then I think that I would love to see us just try to play 4 at the back now and all, because I don't think that there's any evidence that's working with the 3 centre halves. But if you did that, who do you play? Which two? Who do you think? Who do you think the 2 best centre halves? Mayo and Sunday.
Well, I'm going to say at the moment Mayo and Stanger. And the only reason I'm saying is obviously since you said the song,
I know
the guy's not had that. However, he is vice captain. You potentially have to give him his due. I don't know, but Williams, but maybe not seen enough of him personally to know whether. But I think Mayo and Stanger, if that could be a partnership, and then you've got who do you put out on the wings then? Thompson, to be fair to him, is playing quite well.
I'll have him at left back.
And it's maybe, do you put Ben there, or do you keep James in? Ben actually we all thought was better on the left when he started, and had a fantastic start to the season. It's I know who goes up and down the wing more. So at least we don't need to pick the team.
I think Brown would be alright as our solid right back, but I'd have Brannan in the team. But then again, if you're 3 in the middle, do you go with Lyons and Watson? And you're talking about Polworth maybe coming back in, and Polworth's what he is, but at least he's experienced, and there is that bit of magic in Polworth that maybe you don't see it very often, but it is there.
He's got that bit of creativity.
In the locker.
Yeah, he does.
And then do you maybe go with Tiffany and Anderson and John Jules or something like that?
That's a shout. That guy, get him in the wing. If that's, I know he's probably preferred position maybe as up front, but I think because we don't have this other winger, Tiffany and maybe John Jules there, and go with Bruce. He always was.
Well, that's
so
at least
hard,
you're
man.
getting that out of Anderson. But
or do you bring Dackers back in?
Dackers maybe comes in after a wee break. Honestly, I don't know, and I have no idea what we'll get. But one thing we definitely need is a result. What's your instinct telling you? Do you think we're getting a winning?
Man, I just want to say no, we're going to get absolutely up, and then it turns round and I'm so happy. But I would love us to just, I just want us to put a really decent performance, show what we can do, get a goal, get 2 goals if we can, but try and keep it tight at the back, because this is, I don't think a draw is enough. I think we need a win, because if you talk about the teams we're about to start playing, where are you getting your points? So we really need to pick up 3 for me. I think a football team has never needed a blood and snorters 1-0 win more than this team needs that. It doesn't matter when we score, who scores, how the goal goes in, but a clean sheet and a 1-0 win on Saturday would. Do you know why? Because when I'm even saying that, it feels like such a distant prospect. It's almost like that will never happen. If we win, it'll be chaos and we'll win 3-2 or something like that. But I don't think I've got that in me, man.
No, I know. But a Scabby 1-0 has never been needed more.
Absolutely.
For the narrative's sake, to show that these guys are able to dig in and get a result when it's needed, and for the manager and all, I think badly needing something like that. It's the dig and it's the fight that we're missing, and we need that. Brad Lyons talked about that in his interview, and he says we've got it, they've got it. Well, they need to show it. Get in their faces. That's the bit that was just missing. There was nothing, no aggression. I don't mean bad, but get right in there. I think it needs a bit of that. I think you're needing this. Like
couple of big tackles, get in there.
Put somebody in the stand, take an early booking to lift
don't
the place.
Stand 2 yards off them and go there, yeah, sir. Because it does.
We're badly needing something. Yep. So there's loads and loads of questions and stuff about this. I want to say hello to Aaron, who. So I don't know if you into TikTok, no?
No. For all my social media, I don't.
See, I mean, right? But we started a TikTok, and
I mean, you get it now.
They call folk a boomer, don't they? Right. I keep sending this boy Aaron, who's a Kelly fan. I keep sending him videos, right? Like I'll go into my TikTok to check the forever and ever thing, and a video will come up of a family doing a stupid dance. TikTok. I just send it to Aaron. I didn't mean to.
just sent it.
You have sent this to Aaron. Oh my God. Something comes up. A dog eating a bowl of Rice Krispies. You have sent it to Aaron. So I messaged the guy. I'm like, mate, I don't even know how I'm doing that, man. And he's like, it's fine, mate.
Just send away.
Aye, it's cool, man. So I'm obviously like the one. Just 'cause I don't want to be unhelpful or hurtful here, but definitely a phase like that happened in Facebook where people who are maybe the generation older than us, where you would just get hangs for them. Oh, sorry, I don't know how I done that.
Just to poke folk on Facebook and all that back in the day. That was how you got folks' attention. But we'll talk about that later on.
Aye, right, so sorry, Aaron, mate. Apologies, man. I didn't mean to do it. Right,
the reels on Instagram, that's what I like. The reels.
Aye, well, that's about me. I think the start of social media, me thinking I'm checking it was Snapchat. I never quite got into Snapchat.
No. Lyle likes it for the wee, what do you call them, with the wee masks and stuff. But he doesn't like post it in, but he thinks it's a great laugh. That's the only reason I got it.
No, I could never quite get my head around it in the TikTok one. So again, I'm sorry, mate. I'm not doing it on purpose, honestly. It's just I'm embarrassing myself. Right, so we got a message in. We'll go to the Twitter and do the I'm quite happy with the Twitter.
I'm alright.
Did you see I got a viral Twitter
I did.
thing?
Even my father-in-law had posted it and I said, the big Monty's talking sense here.
Very
and
proud.
laid side, that was brilliant.
Aye.
Superb.
I'm funny, aren't I? Right. Right, Ali boy, get in touch. Ali and I've been friend of the pod. Right, he says, where do we go from here? We're in a mess of our own making. The manager for me is ultimately culpable. It's his squad, his tactics and all that. No matter what mitigation you might add in. Ultimately, I feel he's a dead man walking and we're repeating old ground. But with the squad made up as it is, do you trust anybody else to get better results without signing another keeper, which is an unnecessary expense at a time of budget cuts? The squad to me is so unbalanced, slow and subpar. I have genuine fears this season.
Don't think Ali's very happy.
No. And he says, anyway, my question is, what's the best thing about Friday night football?
Friday night football?
Aye.
Oh, a wee Friday fizz before, eh?
Aye, I like a Friday night because you've got your Saturday day somewhere else and you're getting your football.
And you're like, if you had maybe a couple of fizz too many, it's all
right.
You've still got a couple of days. You've still got a couple of days to feel good. But then you've got the rest of your weekend. I quite like the Friday night football. Aye, into that.
So on Saturday, like kick-off, you in favour of that?
It's a funny time. I don't know why. Even my dad said, it's tea time, you know. Saturday night tea time, what do you do?
Right,
it is a funny kick-off time. Players-wise, with regards to their preparation and stuff, I don't know. They just move things on a wee while. I mean, it just gives us lovely folk maybe extra time to partake in a libation. I don't know, you know. It's potential, or else just kind of sit all day and go, I've got that at 6:15 tonight.
By the way, we spoke about that in the car. I'm like... get to Saturday.
If you're in the red wine Saturday, I mean...
Oh, never. No way. So why would you make Ali's points there? Do you think a new manager comes in and even can get married with this squad?
I mean, they would have work in their hand, to be fair. I mean, but the injuries as well, it's just we've obviously still got a list and there's players there that you want to see, but I mean, we've not seen the boy Thompson, midfielder. McGuinness is in and out, you know, and I feel sorry for Daniels as well. As much as maybe he wasn't potentially hitting the net all the time, I just thought he was a bit of a pest of a player. And there's things like that, you know, but we are missing. And Brandon as well. Because he's went away back out again after kind of...
Well, do you not feel like there's no communication?
There's no comms, nothing.
Like, how long's it out for? A week? No. A month?
Don't know.
6 years? Don't know. So aye, there's problems, so no doubt about it. So, right, over to the Twitter. Kelly fan says, can't even... ...
Just can't even.
I get it.
Forget it.
Samo, right, from the board to the players to the stands, everything feels so flat. Even the Muffet young team are scunnered just now. Motherwell were no better than us on Saturday, but we are shipping goals for fun. And Kettlewell's interviews are birthday cared pish. Lose on Saturday and he's got to go. I actually think Motherwell look a wee bit better than us. I think they've got a bit more, and they're certainly playing with a style
and pace. Aye,
I get what it means. To me, Motherwell at home is the marker fixture because they're such a similar club to us, and if we're getting cuffed, it's never a good sign.
No, it is. So you do match yourself the kind of same, absolutely. And I good on the wee guys in the Moffat. They do try and get their drum and they're going for it. And if they're starting to get fed up, then we're a line and hooved. Get us going.
Certainly no other generation of folk, that's for sure. Right, Callum Scott gets in touch. Former host of this podcast. He's been gently moved on.
I have a clone to get back.
So we've got a wee list of people who are going to stand in for him. You're a part of that. What we normally look for in a guest host is to be good but not great.
Well, that's absolutely fine. That's no bother.
Because we don't want showing up. But I don't know. I've just got the feeling Callum's got someone else cooking. I think he's been approached by a politics podcast.
Oh, why?
I don't want to say any more. Anyway, he's taking the time out his busy schedule to message in and say...
He's sick bed, man.
Is this the most disinterested and flattest the support has been in your memory? It feels apathetic. Also, what's your favourite Christmas tradition? So, in terms of the flattest the support's been, do you agree?
It's a different atmosphere. I get it. I thought at times with Jeffries it was like that. Mind, it was just quite...
Towards the end.
It was just the same dinosaur tactics, and it was always the same. You would just go along, and that would be you. Same way we're talking, just go along, sit and watch it, and we've got no connection. So, but it's getting pretty bad.
Aye, I think that's a really good point, actually. I think because other times, like under Lockett was just shite. It never really got like as apathetic. Folk were more kind of annoyed and angry. And there was a bit of kind of twilight zone for me with Johnston and stuff like that. But at the end of the Jeffries era did get flat. But I think this is heading in the same direction. What's your Christmas traditions? What do you do?
Oh, just get the family together. Love it. Great. We'll take a wee turn whose house it is.
Whose
Wee Laney's this year.
Oh, is it Laney kicking the shit? Excellent.
I'll need to help it.
Of course.
I help with getting the drinks open and make sure everybody's well hydrated.
Good. Yeah, it's important, by the way. It's a long day. Speaking of which, David Faulds gets in touch, friend at Pod. How many bottles of Prosecco were consumed by Lynsey and Katie, that's Faulds' sister, post-match on Saturday? So, what we're looking for here? A number. How many bottles?
That information is actually classified. However, I will say we've kept the park tail going for maybe a couple of months.
Right.
There you are.
Okay.
That's it. Less said about that, Falsey. Thank you.
Fair enough. Right, David Hanna, hi mate. Is the fact that I can't even think of an original question indicative of our general malaise? This is a hard club to like right now.
It's no good. It's no good.
And you know, man, we try to bring a bit of positivity here and try and keep people going. I think that's important, especially for folk that maybe are only going to the games, and maybe folk that are abroad now and stuff like that. We try and keep them connected to stuff, but it does feel like a slog, and I think it could turn from quite kind of unhappy and sloggy into something
folk getting a bit
upset on Saturday, so I think we badly need it. But you're right, mate. Gunnar Vance gets in touch, the most handsome man in Europe, if not the world. It was actually good to see a team that has been well coached and with a decent style of play. Obviously talking about Motherwell, just a shame it wasn't us. I've emotionally checked out. It's the same draws as McInnes but with worse players. Picked up my Hearts tickets before the game and wish I could hand them back at full time. Oh man, this is so dear. We're struggling with these foreign listeners about how to keep them connected to this team at the moment. Sorry guys. Mikey Kenmure gets in touch. Can we not just talk about Scotland on Tuesday night? Yay! Why don't we? Kelly is depressing right now. No hope anything gets better under Kettlewell. I wasn't even angry on Saturday because I expected it. I refuse to let Kelly ruin my weekend anymore. That's what apathy is. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, the tone isn't even. No. There was points last season, see when we get cuffed up at Paisley and folk were just pissed off. Folk were fed up with the away form and fed up with McInnes. It just feels more like folk are like, they know, which is not good. I'd rather a bit of emotion about it, and all day long. Graham Johnson gets in touch and he says, asked you last week what would it take for Billy Bowie to pull the trigger, obviously on Kettlewell. If he loses on Dundee United, do you think he will go? How can we, where do we go after that? It's a hard question because there's always the chat, can we afford to get rid of somebody? Who do you get in next? It's all the same questions. What conversations are the board having? But it's what we talked about at the start. Where's the communication though? We've got nothing. We just need, they know that we're not happy, so they need to come out and try and go, right, come on, let's get us all back together, because there is this disconnect with the management, fans, desperate for it to get back to what it should be. And I'm fist pumping and we've won and everybody's giving it loudy, but it's no there now. It's no. Do you think if we lose, he gets the sack? I don't think we're one of the clubs that's like knee-jerk reaction type of thing. It's like a Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock job. It's not a Saturday front page of the Standard. Aye, that's it. Aye, front page of the Standard, and then after the Primary One photos. Aye, after that. Well, there's a bit of positivity. Primary One photos are always lovely, aren't they? Right, the Kelly View podcast, Kettlewell out. They've went. They've went. Cal and Monty double act along with Peanut's jacket. Get your money on it. So he's suggesting that Cal and I would get the Kelly job. Well, I wondered if that's maybe where Cal was, if he was wanting a wee bit his magic in the background. Cal's very unpopular at that club. He's got 2 or 3 people that like him and a lot of folk that hate him. So that unfortunately, mate, that won't be the case. But he says, other than that, life's great. Well, that's good to hear.
Fantastic.
Lisa McKenna, hello Lisa. Is it time for fan ownership to be part of the board so that fans' opinion get a better voice? As with the current situation, it seems the majority of fans feel the same way. So obviously the Trust have got representation on the board. Don Buckcham has taken over. It was obviously Travis for the forums. I can't remember his actual name, which is terrible. Sorry, man. Was done a good job for a short time, and Kathy obviously was famously in that role. What's your feeling on fan ownership?
Fan ownership. I mean, who've got the now? You've got the Hearts Trust. They're quite heavily involved. And I know about a fan ownership. Kind of Motherwell have a big stake. St Mirren, they know got a kind of trust as well, but. You need the buy-in, you need the fans to be together, and at the moment we're not. No, it's not the right time for it. You need somebody to get behind, I think. I think you need a figure to step forward and to really drive it. That's so. It would be a great thing, Lisa. But I just don't nominate you. But that's right. I'll do that. I ain't bother. I'll just do that. I'll do the dishes then. That's fine. Do that. Done the night. Right, Greg Halbert. All right, mate. Again, an unsettled keeper hurts us. We should never have given away a corner for the second goal. Heading right for the keeper. I worry that if we don't get a result this weekend, the board will still take no action. But at least I'm still riding high from Hampden. Last Tuesday. Agreed about the corner. It was a just shout. Just I know. What's yours? Really ridiculous. What's yours? Level. Just shout. You're right, mate. And Hampden was magnificent. Gareth Fielding, apathy in a fan base is frightening. I did tell you there was a theme. There is a huge theme. But that's where the majority are now. The players' heads have gone, and for me, Kettlewell hasn't shown he's got the minerals to turn it around. Add to that the honking product on display. There's only one outcome. Worry is if he did go, who is it that we bring in? That's it. That's the problem. But do you know something? It's not the fans' problem. It's not the fans' problem. That's what folk are there and directing clubs and chairmen and all the rest of it that are needing to get in about. There's always somebody out there. There always is. To do the job. Absolutely. Alexander Marchi says, who do we want as the next Kelly manager? And can we get him in before the second half of the season? So who do you want as the next Kelly manager? Well, I've actually done a wee bit of research, boys. Cal, man, are you watching? Research, mate. I'm just going to tell you who's available just now. There's a few names that we really could entice. Excellent. So I'll go through a couple if we've got time. Go for it. Now, excuse me, I can't pronounce his first name. Is it Joachim or Joachim Low? Mind the guy, the smell your fingers guy for the World Cup. Germany, I mean, we could be doing a bit of drama and a bit of that nonsense in the touchline. Maybe get a few punters through the gates. Right. Just saying. Okay. Big Ange. Big Sam. Big Ange, Big Sam. Alan Kirbishley. I mean, we're going back in the day here. We're getting these names out. What about Big Ruud van Nistelrooy? He's free. By the way, you're aiming high here. I mean, Steve McLaren. I just wanted to hear him doing a Scottish accent. And he just left his job. No. He was Jamaica manager and packed on. Well, I just want to hear him. I want him to hear him doing the Scottish accent. Right. A couple here that are actually I actually saw that Massimo Donati left Sampdoria. Now, he's not got a great record, but he's got a wee Kelly connection. Does he not want to see us do well? And what a top class. Imagine having a top class Italian. Donati with Pascali as his assistant. Oh, man. Could you imagine? Bring back Manuel. I would get the fans on board, I think. And the one that actually generally was thinking, you link that, they're obviously, I'm just joking with them all, obviously. Obviously, Burkie being, if he was still there, if they would be shouting, going, get Burke back in, blah, blah, blah. Steve Davis. Right. Stephen Davis, no, Steve Davis, the snooker player. Sorry, well, he might do a good job. Who knows? Get up that pyramid, raise a wee bit of money, wee exhibition match, and then up to So it's Steve Davis we're announcing. I was thinking about Stephen, something like that. I mean, is that who we're looking for? Are we looking for an older one with an experienced head? Are you looking for somebody that's quite young? We're talking as if Kettlewell's not there. He's not, and I respect the guy, and absolutely, but there are many names out there that are actually quite hilarious, but there are also names out there that you do need to go, well, like what does the club need? What do they want? But Kets is here, and as much as I've been down in the dumps about that so far this podcast, I think we need to try and get behind it on Saturday. Whether it's behind him or behind the team, whatever, just we're all Kelly, and that's why we're listening to this and doing this. Spot on. Absolutely right. There's a few suggestions, and there you go. Right, Stephen Lynsey, when, not if, Kettlewell goes, should we be looking for an appointment just to the end of the season and then reset for a long-term appointment? Looking at the player contract situation, we're effectively starting from scratch next summer anyway. So there's only something like 6 or 7 players already contracted. I think the key word there is, my opinion is, when Kettlewell goes, not if. I think, Cal said this about 3 weeks ago, by the way. It just feels to me like more of a when. It's not going to work now. Even
short of him having a reverse of what we've had to do and going in and winning 5 games, which I think would get him back on an even keel.
Aye.
I just think it's...
Can you see it?
Like you said earlier on, we go and win on Saturday, great. See if we lose the next 3, we're back here again. So, I don't know, man. Interesting point. Maybe that would be what would happen someday to take it through the end of the season. We'll see what happens. Right, Scott says, do we try and sell Watson in January now? The way we're going, there's no chance he signs an extension, so we'd be as well getting what we can from him.
That's been all quiet, is it? Like, you know, apart from any team we play, that they're apparently signing him next, you know. What have we had? Celtic, Aberdeen, Rangers, Hearts.
I seen something linking him to Lazio during the week.
Oh,
that would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be cool. I'm liking all these Scots abroad. It's quite good.
I think we probably do need to cash in on him, mate, because if he's not signing a new deal, if we need to get a few 100,000 in for him, then we need to take it. But that's another bit of anything happy here.
I know. Come on.
Apathy from the fans. This is for Mark Donnelly. When there should be anger. Why do you think that is? Why do other fans kick up fuss when their team are on a depressing losing run, but Kelly fans accept it? It's very strange. So, Carl and I maybe got the vibe rang with the McKinnon stuff, because I went in there all guns blazing. I was fuming.
I was. Remember, I told you I was going on my holidays. I was needing for you to give it a bit of loudiness from me as well.
And I thought a few thought, well, what's the big deal? So I don't know. I think that Kelly fans can be as angry and pissed off as any other supporter. I just do feel like there's this weird era kind of acceptance about it now, and I'm not entirely sure why, Mark. I don't know why that is, but I do think the apathy could potentially turn to anger if we lose on Saturday. That's what I will say. We'll find out.
Agreed.
Captain Conker, the gorgeous mutated squirrel, gets in touch and says, with Saturday's 5:45 kickoff, kind of like what you were saying, do you go to lunch and then a late dinner after the game, or do you go for pre-game dinner?
You go for dinner. Lunch dinner.
Lunch dinner. What time do you have that?
You need to be a wee bit later.
3 p.m.
Oh, aye. Maybe
3
a 3.
Baked
maybe can I have a brunch and then a dinner? It's a brunch dinner day.
Push everything back.
And then a big dirty pizza on the way home after the game.
Holiday eating. Saturday night. Cool, there you go, mate.
Holiday eating, sorted.
This is one for you, for Lyle, maybe. With the calendar signing being scheduled for Wednesday, what month of the year would you love to model in a calendar? So did they have it on Wednesday during the day?
Oh, well. Did I even know about it?
Oh, there you go.
I know. It's Christmas fair on Wednesday. I mean, I work right enough, but Lyle's get Christmas fair.
These are the things.
These are the things. What time's this on, Captain Mundine? A wee bit.
I don't know.
I've not really seen anything about it.
We don't know. No, neither have
I follow everything for the club that comes out, but okay.
It's almost like things are a wee bit kind of.
It's almost as if they don't want to communicate.
What month would you do in a calendar?
For me?
Aye.
Oh, I would do June because it's the birthday month.
I'm the same March.
Would you do the March?
Aye.
Well, you and Lyle would need to compete. Or you could be in it together.
Same birthday.
Same birthday, my
Legends,
boy.
Born on the 6th of March, everybody knows. Mark Adams, given the injury situation, the history of knee-jerk appointments such as Locke and McCulloch, which were very unsuccessful and caused instability, is it not reasonable to stick with the manager and get behind him till January? For the record, I wasn't in favour of Stuart Kettlewell. So Mark there, I'll tell you what I think Mark's done there, probably go to what the board will be thinking. I think they're like, we just need to ride it out.
And the Mark tried to put a bit of positivity as well. He's not giving it the let's get rid of him, blah, blah, blah. He's a bit of positivity and get behind him, try and stick with him. It's a tough run of games, man.
But no, I think there's loads of sense in that, man. Kevin gets in touch. The players and the manager regularly put their hands up to the mistakes they've made. The club, specifically in the playing staff, has lacked investment versus their competitors for a long time. When does someone running the business open up as to why we can't, yet Motherwell can? Ooh. Again, mate, I mean, I think there's... I'm a big lover of Billy Bowie. I think he's done a phenomenal job. What he's doing for the training ground and all that is setting us up for years and years and years. I don't think I'm speaking out of school here. Communication isn't their best suit, probably. Yep. That's why I think they need a figurehead at the club that would come out and engage a wee bit more. So I do get it, man. Who is that person?
Who is that person? Absolutely.
And they'll want paid and we don't have any money. Alessandro Boscanero, who's not Italian, says, I'm sure there'll be plenty of manager chat tonight. Of the squad on Saturday, though, who do you keep and who do you let go? DT, although he was done at the first goal, I thought was decent and showed his desire to win, and he was unlucky not to score and all.
To be fair.
But I'm not entirely convinced by any other of the new players.
Whoa, okay.
So, I mean, Brandon and guys like that, they're well worth the he looked like he would be a useful player. But the other signings they made, so Lowry obviously started on Saturday again.
Booked really early.
Doesn't look massively fit. Doesn't look like Scottish fitness for him. again, I think if he's to have any chance, he's got to be having the ball at his feet.
Yep.
We're not playing that way. Dackers is a project player, very infuriating. Shows wee flashes have been good though.
Yep.
Tiffany again, you said I think there's use for Tiffany in that squad.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's obviously, we've not seen a lot of him because he'd been injured, but I think if he can kind of a bit stronger on the ball. We had just thought a couple of times that the Motherwell defenders managed to kind of shepherd him away quite easily, and I thought, but he's a nippy wee player, and I thought at least he was showing a bit of something to get forward and advance, and I thought him and Bruce could link up well, but obviously he's originally a kind of wide player, isn't he? So you'd want to have that same
to me,
level.
He's an out-and-out winger, right?
I mean, forget about Matt Kennedy's, still
Kennedy,
injured and all that, man.
Kennedy comes in and helps you straight away if he can get back to fitness.
That's a big
It's a big
lot of losses.
It's a great question. I don't know how many of them are going to be playing for Kelly next year, whatever league we're in.
No.
Nigel says, with all the debate on whether the ball came off the Rangers player's thigh for the handball at the Livingston game on Saturday, when the same happened for the penalty that was given against us in Celtic, are handball decisions now based on which team you are playing?
That's a shout, honestly. Did you see it?
Kinda. Aye, I mean
it's a handball. It's a handball. I don't get it. And then when you get back to our one, there's been so many instances over since that was obviously a big debate, and there was pundits getting involved, and everybody was like, is it or is it no? And it's ridiculous, rotten decision. Since then, it's like constant. You see it all the time. You go, well, if ours was a handball, how's theirs no? But that one is Saturday. Whoa.
Aye, really, really poor. Aye, it's no great, man. But we're doing enough no great stuff. We'll find something positive
we'll
in
find
here.
Something good. What's
right.
next?
Chris Sykes, what's the furthest you've ever travelled for a game and then it get called off?
Ooh.
Because obviously Ross County were playing Queen's Park on Friday night.
Aye.
Get cut on the telly. Game's off.
It's like breaking news, wasn't it?
I don't think I've ever travelled. I think I nearly was on the way to Airdrie for a cup game in the Scottish Cup maybe 20 years ago, but it got cancelled, and so we ended up no. But I don't think I've ever actually got as far. But I don't have to travel far. Whereas Chris comes for.
So he's obviously going to have more opportunity. Well, remember when Inverness come down and we played, and the pitch looked frozen solid at the time when we started playing, got half time or something.
That's right.
Those folk frozen to the bone had to go all the way back up.
Did somebody slip in the corner flag or something like that?
That's dangerous. Aye, absolutely.
It was bad. Aye, so maybe that Inverness would be a shocker. Right, R says, why is it that Rugby Park atmosphere noise report this full season has been as far as the full... Sorry, man. Just going to read it word for word, because I try to read it and make sense of it. Right, grammatically it doesn't make much sense, but I think, why is it that Rugby Park atmosphere noise support this full season and probably as far as the full of 2025 has been dull and non-existent?
Right.
Are we only sing when we're winning club now? So if it was like the full calendar year has been flat. Would you agree with that?
I probably think it probably before the summer and stuff. The end of McInnes's tenure, it kind of was. There was only a few wee snippets when it was a good atmosphere, but when it's that sing when you're winning, we're not winning that often, mate. So we're struggling to hear the sing songs. All I heard was Sacked in the Morning, and then I was like, I think some of our guys are joining. Oh God. No.
Right, the apple tree says, how long is it until fans start saying they would shake hands on 11th place this season?
11th? Well, I can't do that.
The
playoff carry on, that causes a lot of concern for me. And do you know what? We're sitting 10th, aren't we? With 10 points.
10.
Is that right? Aye, 10 points. Aye. Same as St Mirren. But I look at St Mirren and I think to myself, you guys have actually had a better season. I feel as if they have had a better season.
It's a good point.
Probably the cup
They're
game.
In the cup final,
and
they're also... They've got a bit of unity. They're all behind the manager.
Aye.
They've done really well in the past. So I think you can kind of absorb it a wee bit if you've done that. Maybe a wee bit mainly because of the first half of last season when things weren't great, but you kind of muddled through till probably about Christmas.
We were in Europe and we were, we've got a hangover for Europe.
Because I wonder how things would be the new had we got to that cup final instead of St Mirren. So St Mirren put us out, obviously, go and beat Motherwell. So if we were sitting in the position we're in and we'd lost all the league games, but we were in the cup final, probably the atmosphere's different, isn't it? Aye. So it's a good point, because St Mirren haven't been great either. Right, Jamie says, Robbie Nielsen, Stephen A. Smith. I'll have anyone but the shit-talking Gothic word that I'm just not saying, because Lainey's watching.
Oh, listen.
My mum's maybe watching for Tenerife and all.
No, she'll not be happy about that. It's a bad word.
No. Where would you take Robbie Nielsen?
Robbie Nielsen, that was one of the ones that was in that wee group that before this. Who else was in that wee group?
Remember John Carver was getting talked about, and Robbie Nielsen.
Yep. Yep. Nacy's name obviously does get mentioned.
Is a big one. Aye.
He's needed with the Scotland squad.
He's done really well, hasn't he? And his podcast.
See that them jumping about in the line. Sorry, I'm getting back to Tuesday night. Jumping about, hugging Steve. And, man.
Magnificent, man.
It was beautiful.
Right, couple left. Alan Bowie. Why do we have such a silent and low profile board? Oh. We need to hear from them. And not one of those end of season relegation hostage videos. We've been saying the very same, mate. Yeah. Aye, somebody's probably at the stage just about somebody's got to come out and say something, I think. Galak. Well, last week I said ceasefire on Kettlewell, but I said nothing about an armistice. Time's up. In one breath he says he takes responsibility, and the next he's saying they're spooked and it's psychological. Pull the other one, love.
Oh, right.
Pull the other one, love.
Pull that one, love.
Graham Hopkins, same nonsense every week. Not one positive from the game on Saturdays. I've said the recruitment is appalling, and the goalkeeping situation is down to him. Just leave.
Oh, we're getting worse.
Imposter. And John Reid, how do we get Bowie to act? Silence from the board is deafening. Happy, happy. Joy, joy.
You sure there's nothing else in there?
That's it.
Guys, what can we say?
I just don't know what to do.
I'm struggling.
It's bad, isn't it?
Aye. However,
right,
we need to turn it round.
We do.
For the listeners that don't get to see the games on a Saturday, let's go. Struggling.
Aye, right. It is hard. It is actually hard. Here's something that I wanted to flag up. I got a message earlier on from Robert, who does the food banks.
Oh, smashing. Yes, Katie did that on Saturday.
Right, so we're trying to spread a wee bit of festive cheer here, Kelly fans, right? Let me get the message up. Okay, so Robert gets in touch, says, hi mate, we're doing our Christmas food bank collection on Saturday at 4:30 outside the East Stand. And we're donating it to the Kelly Community Mission Christmas Appeal. Appreciate the support for you and Cal every week in the pod. It definitely drives more people to donate. But we're specifically looking for selection boxes this week. So if the listeners are able, if you've got a spare £2 or £3, pop into a wee Home Bargains, wee B&M, pick up a wee selection box. You're going to be making somebody's Christmas, right? Faith done it. My daughter done this. She went to, I think it's Home Bar. No, what's the one? The Range. And they've got the Christmas tree.
Aye.
And you take off the wee tag, and Faith went and bought a couple of Christmas gifts. Because,
lovely.
listen, we're all in here miserable and moaning because our team's not playing well, but it's a hard time of year for loads and loads of folk, for loads of different reasons. So, Food Banks do a great job. If you're able, bring along a wee selection pack on Saturday. Make somebody's Christmas.
Absolutely.
There we go. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for all the brilliant work you do, man. We really appreciate it.
And there was a lot of bags donated on Saturday when I went up, and great to see, and that's going to make a huge difference.
It does, and it's a hard time for folk, so spread a wee bit of cheer. If you can't, if you can't find a positive person, be a positive person.
Right. Well, we can't find man the news.
Well, no, it's obviously use. Right, that's magic, man. Brilliant. I had a great chat to Nick Davis yesterday as well.
Excellent.
Met him, had a good chat about the fit ban. He's quite new to the pod, so I appreciate his support. And as I said to him, I had to go to IKEA last night. To get a mattress. Melanie's had a sore back.
Oh,
the mattress is old.
Man.
So went to get a mattress for IKEA. Was off, shiny, happy, brilliant husband. I was like, I'll go up and get it on the Sunday night. And up I went, brought the mattress back. Mattress is about the size of that phone.
Oh, did you buy one?
Teeny. I would describe it as a small double bed.
A toddler
very comfy.
Bed?
Aye. One of the ones that kind of should have a motor on about it. You can actually drive it.
Aye.
So, but I think she had a good sleep. But it just was.
You were like on the springs of the bed.
Perched on the very edge.
Aye.
Ken.
You back up to IKEA.
15 staying up perch isn't great for conducive to getting a good snooze. So I tried my best and I failed.
You'll need to get yourself to Benson's bed.
Well, that's it. If anybody wants to fire us a wee bed. Right, this will cheer everybody up. We've got Alan's gripe of the week.
Oh, looking forward to this.
Do you like Alan's gripe of the week? Because I know some folk don't like it.
Oh, I think it's...
It's
just, we need a wee bit of this though. Right, see if we're going to sit and listen to us going on about Kelly. Let's hear something.
Right, so everybody, it's been a tough podcast, understandably so, but buy a selection pack and take it to the game on Saturday. You're doing a great thing, and listen to this for a gripe. I'm sure everybody can get behind this. Right, it's Alan's gripe of the week. Right, I'm doing this late on Saturday. This is more of a moan than a gripe.
Okay.
I would have said a moan and a gripe are the same thing.
Yes.
Right. This manager hasn't got a clue. I've lost all faith in the man. That's the football done. Now, where do I start? Have you noticed how thin toilet paper has become? I remember the tracing paper we used to use at the school, and the carbolic soap What do they expect? It's even worse in cafes and restaurants. One silly square, what am I supposed to do with that? Not all bums are the same. You put your fingers through the paper and it ends up... While I was in Blackpool, I bought my own and carried it around with me. So you come out of the toilet walking like a bloody cowboy. Come on, guys, make the toilet paper thicker. The best thing you can do is take a newspaper in with you in case you get caught out.
Whoa. Do you know? The man wants to carry a Cushell in his bag. He carries that. Andrex, whatever.
Listen.
Other brands are available.
We need something to unify the support.
Toilet paper.
Guys, come on. Let's get on an appeal to get that toilet paper nice and cushioned. Otherwise, right, okay. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to say? Anybody you want to say hello to?
Oh, I want to say hello to my wee boy, Lily boy. He'll be hopefully listening at some point. Thanks to Scott for taking him to the fit by the night. Appreciate that.
Man, Scott.
And obviously going to the football these days with Kirsty.
Of course.
Move back up. And my nephew Finlay. We've got a family ticket in the Moffat now. And I do miss my wee afternoons with my old dad up in the East Stand. Eric's still going. He loves Eric Collins. He's not moving. No, it doesn't matter. That's when we started going. It was, jumped from stand to stand. And then I remember the Moffat get built and we actually sat up the back. For those silly office things, whatever they are. But we sat up the back, there was loads of families. It was such a time that we went, and it was like all the dads would sit and then all the kids would sit, and that group just gets smaller and smaller. But me and my dad have always had kept going, and then Lyle wanted to start going. I thought, I'll need to do what my dad did and make sure that he's happy. So me and Kirsten and the boys have got the family ticket, and it's a good way to spend time with Lyle. He's getting into it. He's enjoying it most of the time, but he's the one that got me this season when we get out the cup against St Mirren. I turned around and he was in tears, really upset, and I thought he's getting it. What age is he? 9. He's 9 because he'll be 10 in his birthday when you're 40. So Taylor would have been 9 when Clark got the job, and that was the season that he got. He's only known. Well, that's what I mean. Excellence. He was like, this is brilliant when I kill him. No, like that, but I think that's when you get them. Yeah. And when they start getting into it, and the chanting and songs and all the rest of it. Obviously, that's when I can tell it's not good. I don't like down the front, Mum. I'm not feeling it. Nah, and it's sad, but I think a couple of wins, get some points. You can see his wee buzz when it comes back. And I think back, and I started going with my dad when I was only, what was that, 92? So 6 or 7 started going. Some shift you've put in, by the way. Listen, that's why a lot laugh. It's been emotional. It's been a long time. It's been very emotional. No, that's brilliant, and obviously, that's something that when we've been pals for a long time now, and Kelly's a big part of it. Yeah, you say that. That's what it is, and it's like you're talking about that, and you're obviously being slightly facetious. You going and meeting Katie after the game and having a Prosecco, but then you met Ding, and you were telling me who you've met, and I come into the. That's what it's all about, and I think what I would make an appeal to everybody is, and I'm not trying to be too cheesy here, but sometimes you've just got to stop and remember why you support Kelly. Yep. And it is Pash watching us getting beat every week, right? And there is a disconnect now, but it's much more than that. Supporting Kelly, it's much more than that. It's the experiences you have with your dad and with your Waynes and with your mum or with your sister, or the pals you meet, or the folk that you just nod to in the way in and out the ground. And I think as a support, let's all just stick together, and because whether it's Stuart Kettlewell or whether it's one of the Joachim Löw, Big Sam, Joachim is finger up his beak. We'll all still be doing the same things that we do. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And that's maybe we're just getting a wee bit too wrapped up, and of course we want to see performances on the park. Absolutely. But we've just got to remember that, and I'm glad you touched on that stuff about your dad. I think we do need to, and we remember that I know we're always this, we talk about the family club, but I've met people going to the football, and I only know them through going to the football, and it's the same folk you say hello to or whatever. One of my good friends, Louise, I met her years ago, probably about 20 years ago now, at hospitality, and I'm such good pals with her now. And even my mum, she doesn't. She supports Kelly. She doesn't come, but she looks out for the scores and stuff because it means so much to us and the boys. And I just think we are where we are, and things aren't great. But there's one thing, we all sit and we all joke. And we go, we're only here because we love Kelly. You know what I mean? And we all have a good laugh and a good chat. And it was great. There was a bit of chat in the Park Hotel after and Saturday with a few of the old regulars. But it'd be good to see if we can get a win on Saturday, and maybe galvanise the support a wee bit, just to go to Canaveral has a wee bit. That was good, isn't it? saw the dig, I saw the fight, because we all give the dig and the fight every week. We've done it for however many years we've all been coming to the games, whether you've only been coming a week or you've been coming for 30 years, 60 years, whatever. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Come on, that's where we're...
There, we rallied.
There you are.
That's why we let you do the raffle.
Oh, listen,
Raffle
apparently I was told
extraordinaire.
I was quite militant. There was a word used, militant.
Who said that?
I was actually quite embarrassed. My brother-in-law went to my nephew's football the day after the Killicon,
right?
And guy came up and was, "Oh, right, Lee, blah, blah. Has your wife got a sister?" Aye, she does, aye. Oh, like, she's involved in that Killicon thing or whatever. Aye, no, she helps the boys with the podcast sometimes. Oh, she was doing the raffle. She's very militant.
Militant.
Listen, I know I'm strict here, but things need to be said.
I never had you doing as militant.
I wasn't wanting to have a meltdown.
Well, you ran it
the
very
prizes
well.
needed to get given out.
They do it to the people.
Do you know what I mean?
You did it.
The people.
Right, okay, we'll wrap it up there.
That was
Lynsey,
excellent.
thank you so much for agreeing to come on. You're going to help us with the Patreon and all. If anybody fancies that, we're going to do a deep dive into season 1998-99 tonight, because it's the same ish time as Scotland last qualified for the World Cup.
Yep.
So we're obviously riding the crest of the wave. So that'll be nice and positive.
Yes, very much
Lots
so.
of happy chat for you. Nice day with a Kelly fan. But I thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Loved it. Great.
And we'll all be there on Saturday.
We will. We'll be there, as always.
And Lynsey drinks Prosecco if you think she's done a good job. Come
on,
back,
yeah, if there's any left in the back of the
Right, thanks very much everybody for listening. Get along on Saturday if you can. We appreciate all the support and all the likes and all the shares and all that stuff, so please keep it up. We really, really thank you so much for all the help that you give us. So big win on Saturday needed. Let's go and get it.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, Paul.